What's going on, everybody? Mike here. If you'd like to join the ever-growing Fly Casual community, please take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel and share with a friend.
Yeah, that's right. It's time to fly casual. Tonight it's the Farrelly Brothers, but forget all that, because, why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Let me around, and then worst of all,
what
you
is
never
worst of all?
come, baby, when you say you will.
Why not?
But I love you still. I need you. I need you.
Oh,
More than
thanks.
anyone, darling.
Me?
You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup. Don't break my heart.
Let's get ready to wrinkle!
That's the best part of not being monetarily beholden to anyone. Yeah, take that, demonetization. That's all we're
Doesn't
just
count
doing.
it.
It's
Wow.
karaoke
Oh, man.
night up in here.
Oh man.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Them Farrelly Brothers, they got away with some music.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah, they know how to pick some weird music and some good music and mix it together in a very effective way.
Very effective.
Is it what you call it, geared music?
Sometimes, indeed. No, probably not. I
Geared?
don't think I'd ever say that, actually.
Good
What
weird.
about wood music? Or bud? Bood? Bud.
Weird.
Bud.
Wood?
Bud. Hey, Mike, say it. Say it.
Bud.
Say it.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really.
You don't remember that commercial? It's one of the
I
nice-
think you're not
know
supposed
that.
to say, but you're going to say anyways.
No, I'm not saying it yet.
No, he's not going to do it on command.
You can't use me that way.
Yeah, the first stipulation when we decided to cover Farrelly Brothers movies, I'm like, well, but Mike's going to be using disabled people voices all night long. And then tonight we sat down and I'm like, all right, nobody can yell out things in disabled people voices. And Mike said, I'm going to do it constantly or something to that effect.
Look,
There we go.
when you have a podcast that makes no money and nobody listens to it, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
There's one.
There's one. There's one
Okay,
right
one
there out of the
more.
gates. But yeah, and there is no shortage of that kind of thing in Farrelly Brothers film history. But we'll be getting to that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fly Casual. Guys, touchstone episode.
Yeah.
What?
We have
We missed
finally made it to
No,
episode
251.
251. That's
Oh,
right.
finally.
The one that everybody
Quarter
shoots
of a
for.
thousand.
That's
There
when
we
you
go.
can syndicate.
Plus one. Quarter of a
As
thousand
long
plus
as you
one.
don't have, as long
We're
as you
going
don't
to be
have
on
open,
TBS.
as long as you
at
don't
10
have,
at night.
you don't have like a failure to capture rights agreements for the music. That
Oh,
you,
man.
Oh, no.
Aw.
What have we done?
Those are called
Yeah.
sync rights.
That's when they put the generic music in the syndication, right?
Yeah. I've been told if you watch Supernatural on Netflix, it feels different.
For some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Tons and tons of licensed music in that show. I would like to think that they at least bought the rights to Wayward Son, because if they didn't, man, every episode or every season closer has got to be awkward.
Aw.
Because every one of them starts with "Carry on my way," like every single one, and then it's peppered. It's a little peppered throughout other episodes too.
It's just silent now.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
It's
There's
like
no
watching
music at
Ed
all.
on YouTube.
Feels something's missing.
Sadness. Sadness. But yes, we've reached the milestone event of 251. That's right. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous,
Yeah.
everybody.
It's a bad look on you,
Don't be
everybody.
jelly.
We done it. We done it. In the meantime,
Yeah.
I'm Corey. Over here.
Yes.
Over there,
Huh?
giggling with
Yeah.
his beard growing back in and his horn rim glasses,
Mm-hmm.
because he's really trying to look the part of a white middle-aged
I thought you were
podcaster.
talking about beard growing on his ass.
Oh,
Whoa.
well.
Howie,
Why
we
did
need
your
to,
mind go
My-
there?
Howie, we need to talk
'Cause you
about what
said
should and shouldn't happen
Your
with
beard
personal
growing
hygiene.
back in. I'm like, are you looking at his ass and the beard growing in his
My
back in?
first-
First
I'll
off,
have
I'm
you
not going to
know
tell you
what-
where I was looking.
I'll have you know my ass is freshly shorn. Thank you very
Freshly
much.
shorn.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you got to get a nice sweater put together.
That's right. Yep.
We were like, it's getting cold out. I better shave my butt and have it made into
gave
clothes.
2 locks of love. Thank
Locks
you very
of
much.
love.
Oh, no.
And it begins.
As someone who donates his hair, I find that
Aw.
offensively
Oh,
funny.
no.
Offensively funny. That's what I do. So, yep. And then over there, Master Control, Mr. Stephen J. Howie.
Hey, Corey.
What?
I need to properly thank you.
Oh, no. I don't like where it's going because it
Wow.
sounds good at the front, so it can't be at the back.
I finally received a medical droid pop.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
because you
Oh, yeah.
you had picked it up for me at the place you were at.
That is true.
Kokomo
I
toys
picked up
and
the old
toys.
2-1B pop vinyl
Yep.
down at
What's that
the
fart noise? Who's farting
amazing-
about Pops? Who made that
Pops.
noise?
the
Pops.
guy who was in the toy store longer than any of us.
not looking at Pops. Thank you
Mike
very much.
was enamored
Cumulative.
at every case that was not pop vinyls, which means
Like
approximately
the
2/3
third-
of the
okay.
store.
I had to go through the store twice. Thank you very much.
Mike.
I've
hey-
actually
hey,
produced a
man.
video.
At one point, Mike was
Mike.
muttering to himself with no one around him. He was just like going having a documentary with no one.
Going through the store twice. That's me.
Yep.
That's right.
I
Yeah,
missed
like-
stuff going around the first time. That's
They have
how
a
I roll.
two-sided aisle of Transformers.
Yeah.
They did.
And a full double-sided aisle
And
of
I did not
Star
partake,
Wars.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, I got a couple
That's
Star Wars things, but I did
I
take a
got one of
video.
the-
I'm trying to produce a video to put
Are you a
together and
producer?
throw up on YouTube, man.
You a producer now?
This, of course, being the
Oh.
collectible toy store in Kokomo, Indiana, of world renown. It is.
Yes.
It is top. It is truly choice. I
Legit
highly
AF.
suggest it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got down there for the first time as well that
Difficult to
same
get
day.
to and apparently get back from.
Yeah. I told Mike this. I said, well, here's the thing about going to Kokomo. I actually told Brandon this ahead of time. I said, if we're going to Kokomo, I just want to know that I hate going there because every time I go there, it's a different route. Like they move it around in the middle of Indiana. They just move Kokomo.
Yeah.
And so Google brought us in this back ass, like we were on a gravel road at one
Oh,
point.
geez.
It's
Yeah.
actually built on a giant turtle's back.
Yeah, it really
Is
is.
that,
It's
oh, that
crawling-
makes
kinda crawls
sense.
around.
I get it
A
now.
pain in the ass getting
Sometimes
the
it's
on-ramp onto the
underwater.
turtle.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's
But
sunning
like we
itself on a rock.
literally come in this like gravel road and then we're going along a reservoir and there's burning leaves and then like a cow farted and we were downtown. I don't know what happened. But then when we go to leave, I said, I'm going up 30 whatever to 24 and bringing that over. And of course, and it's middle of the night, it's pitch black. And of course they had shut down that road completely
Of course.
because why not? We're in the middle of Indiana. Let's just shut down this only
We don't
highway
need 'em all.
within anywhere.
We
And
don't
so
use our highways
I'm like, all right.
all the time.
Mike's like, well, there's detour signs. And I said, this is the Midwest. They put up a detour sign where the road is closed, but they
They
never
never lead you back to where you need to be.
ever have follow-up detour signs to show you the detour route. And sure
Just
enough,
kinda go that way.
we turned following the detour. And 5 minutes later, I said, so, Mike, did you ever see any signs? And he goes, there weren't any signs. I'm like, nope. Now we're in the BFE.
Why do you think the cost of living is lower out
That's
here?
right. It's those detour signs. We're
That's
saving
right.
a fortune on them.
Yeah. Cornfield, Indiana. That's
Yeah,
where we
yeah.
were.
Speaking of cornfield, Indiana, across the pond and down a few of them cornfields is Mr. Garrick, not Jay Hardy.
That's me, cornfield me.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah,
in the
that's what they call
cornfield
me. They
Garrick.
call me the cornfield kid
only
because
in
of all
Little
my
League.
tassels.
Only in Little League. When you had to
Yeah.
have a hot nickname.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was me,
Mm-hmm.
Kill the
cornfield
corn.
boy. Like, hey, get out in right field, cornfield man.
Yeah.
They're really
And
just
then you had
talking
the
about
cool assistant coach that called you CK.
they're
Yeah.
really just talking about the consistency of
CK.
your poop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of corn.
Yeah.
I
The joke
poop.
was
I
pretty good.
poop. My poop is basically just a corn on the cob.
Oh, Lord.
Comes out.
Again,
Of all
we
the
need to
corn.
talk about personal hygiene and
But
habits.
that's a tasty treat later.
Yeah. Second lunch.
You know, I was thinking we made it to episode 251. It's been a while since we talked about poop at the top. Of the
Oh, no. Stop.
Yeah, but
Oh.
we did.
gonna
It wasn't me this time.
You know what? We're going to talk
Yeah.
about poop in the Farrelly Brothers portion. So let's let
Lord,
it.
I suppose we are. So why don't
Let's
we get
let it
around
go.
to dockerizing the dockercisions or whatever that we do, the thing that we
Yep.
that we do.
Doc
The
the
Mandalorian.
Woo!
Oh,
Again,
geez.
Howie,
Wait.
come
Oh,
on.
sorry.
Come on.
Who's next? Mandalorian, go.
Mandalorian.
Go.
Consensus of Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, go.
Mandalorian.
Should I just
Next.
go? Should I go first?
Sure. Why not?
Mandalorian.
Ah,
Why
man.
not?
By the way, Mandalorian Go is most disappointing cellular game.
It is. It's terrible.
It doesn't work. I can't even find it to
doesn't.
download it. Really.
Use my Ultra Ball in IG88.
There's no
died.
Mandalorians to find. I mean, they cut the deck in half. I don't.
It's a 5-star raid, and I don't have
all
enough
the
friends.
Mandalorians are in one place underground.
My Mando deck is not complete. It's just
Yeah. Your
it's lacking.
I think you're
Mandadex.
crossing
Mandadex.
streams here.
Your bounty decks.
Your mandibles.
Ooh, you're going bounty hunts. I'm making the game for you right
Okay,
here.
I'm
Just
in.
do it.
I'm in.
Bounty go.
Yeah.
I got a baby Yoda.
I probably shouldn't say that I'll go and then shove some chocolate in my mouth. That was probably ill-fated.
You know what? Speaking of Baby Yodas, if Lucasfilm is not producing like a shit ton of Baby Yodas right now for sale during the Christmas season, they are missing out. They are missing an
Yeah.
opportunity.
Those would sell like flapjacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
So this is
With
what the
Santa
Baby
hats on
Yoda
'em.
toy needs. Ready? All it needs, it doesn't need to do anything except one thing. It has a motion sensor in it, and anytime anything moves, it just reaches out silently.
Its
Just
hand
a
goes
little
up.
3-prong hand just comes out.
It makes that cute little baby cooing sound.
It's not baby, it's 50. Come on.
It's like, I know it's just a toy, but it's cute and it's reaching for me. I love it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
nailed it.
Did you eat something else?
No, I'm still finishing the little Crunch Bar, the little Nestle Crunch.
Maybe somebody else should go.
Yeah, probably.
Go ahead, Garrick.
I'll lick my chops for a minute.
Well, boys, see
Yes.
what I did there?
I did.
Their new season of The Toys That Made Us just dropped.
Oh, really?
I
On
did
the
not
old
know
Netflix.
this.
Yes. And this season so far, the ones I've watched, is amazing.
Oh, really?
As amazing as the previous season. So this year they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh, no.
Power Rangers,
Yep.
Hard pass.
My Little Pony,
Yes.
Oh.
and quote unquote professional wrestling. So I don't know what that means.
Ooh.
But I
Probably
watched
all the toys
Yeah, all
from
of
that
it.
era.
all the rest.
Yeah,
all
I
the
had
W.
some.
I had
All
some
the
too.
Hulk Hogan's.
Everybody did. Yeah.
Dude, I had
But
that.
watched.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I watched the Ninja Turtles one, and it was incredible.
Oh, that'd be the highlight for me, I'm sure.
Oh,
Watch
it's the
that one
first.
last.
Yeah.
It's Well, it's the first one of the season, so you have to skip it and then come back to it.
Right.
But you don't necessarily have to watch it. I mean, there's not a story.
Wait, I don't want to spoil the toys that
But
made us previously.
They actually brought in the two
Previously on
guys
Toys That Made
who
Us.
created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they were like major characters in that episode.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool.
Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird
Laird,
created
yeah.
them.
Eastman and Laird.
Laird,
Sure.
yeah. So they went through the whole backstory of how they came up with it and how it became huge, and it's amazing.
Yeah. I've
It's
actually
so
read a
amazing.
little bit about it, and it is kind of a topsy-turvy, wacky tale.
Yeah, and but the ending was incredible, and I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to go watch it.
Wow.
I am.
Definitely check
Now
that
I'm
one out.
all aflutter.
Yeah. I am going to tell you right
The
now.
whole story was incredible.
There will be one episode that I probably will not actually watch.
Professional wrestling,
No.
No.
Definitely watch that one.
I'll watch that one.
I got to see my Hacksaw Jim
Power
Duggan.
Rangers?
Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm probably going to skip that one.
I have zero desire.
When
You-
Power Rangers came along, I was instantly annoyed.
yeah, I thought the same thing, and I did watch that one. So that if you don't
I
care
expect
about
you to watch it. Yes.
yeah. Well, it's the thing that makes these episodes great is you could care nothing about it, and it's about the people.
Well, there's
who-
like the
We're
Hello
involved
Kitty
in
one. I
creative.
really enjoyed, even though I have
And-
zero desire for Hello Kitty.
and the dude Saban,
Yeah.
who, basically
I still call him
created the Power
Saban.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Saban.
No,
I can't-
I've heard it's Saban way more often lately.
Yeah, but he is such a character, and I love him. So it's worth it just to see
Okay, well,
how he. The My Little Pony one is really good too. They're all really.
yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that one because that one's.
And then I was super psyched because this is popular on Netflix. So now the people who made this are going to make a new series called The Movies That Made Us.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that comes
by the
out
way,
later this year.
you guys were talking about last week how there's no family.
You're right. This is probably the most family thing that we on
Right.
Netflix, other than my wife and daughter love Nailed It as much as Garrick does.
Yeah, so it's funny because I was watching it just today, and my daughter, she watches her iPad or whatever. So
Right.
she was watching it. She's like, "Wow, Daddy, this is really interesting." I'm like, "Yeah, it is.
Yes,
She's like, how did you find this show? I said, well, they had a Star Wars episode. And she said, oh, they know your weakness. They sure do. Yep, they got me. Like episode 1.
Yes, Daddy is not infallible.
It's my kryptonite.
Yeah. She actually watched a good portion of the Power Rangers episodes. Yeah, it's more or less family friendly. I mean, they bleep out swear words, so I guess you don't care
good as
about
you're going to get from network television these days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Nice. So I've been watching Taxi. I didn't say it last time, but I'll say it this time.
You did say it last time.
You did say it.
Well, I didn't go into it
Oh,
last time, but
bring your notes.
Don't BS a BSer, Howie. I'm still watching Family Ties, but I kind of wanted to mix it up. Maybe I'm kind of like making my own little like network television show network from the 80s to watch all these different 80s series. And again, I wasn't really into Taxi as a kid. I always thought my dad hated the show because he never wanted to watch it. I recently brought it up to him and he's like, no, I actually really liked the show, but the best thing about the show got old after a while. And I thought for a second, I went, Latka? And he's like, yeah. He loved Andy Kaufman, but then was done, You know
Danny DeVito was in that
Yes,
show?
as a matter of fact, I'm aware.
All right. Let's make sure you knew.
Danny DeVito as the dispatcher Louis, who is just absolutely great because they in the first couple episodes, he's very one-dimensional. He's just disgusting. Everything he says, he growls at everybody. He's sexist and racist and all that, but he's got the heart of gold when he really has to, But what's weird about this is that yesterday I was telling Howie, it was literally yesterday, right? We were standing outside and I said, yeah, I've been watching Taxi. And Howie's like, because that's so me, right?
Yeah, classic you.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't really I didn't watch a lot of it growing up. But I was like, this show is like a calming, relaxing. Again, it's like it's like a sleeping pill. It's calming television. And we were like, all right, see you tomorrow. Whatever. Okay, cool. Later, turd. Smell ya. And I got in the truck and turned on. I think I had like a Rogan podcast had been playing, and it just came on automatically when I started my car. And it like within 3 seconds, it was Rogan and Greg Fitzsimmons, and they're like, "Yeah, like on Taxi. You ever go back? You ever watch the pilot of Taxi?" And suddenly you're talking about the pilot of Taxi, and I was just like, "I watched that 2 nights ago. What's happening?" But like talking about how the pilot of the show is not anything like pilots nowadays is what they're talking about. This like right after I had observed the same thing, which is like instead of having this generic cookie cutter thing where you go through, you introduce, you have the second act, third act, blah blah blah. The pilot of the show is this new guy shows up from out of town. He needed a cab ride. He, for whatever, ends up back at the dispatcher. And then Alex finds out that his estranged daughter is going to be flying through Florida on her way somewhere. They live on an island, whatever. And so basically they start talking. They're like, "Oh, we didn't know you had a daughter." And Alex figures like, yeah, and he's all grumpy, don't talk about it. But they start thinking about it. He's like, kind of wants to see her. So they all decide to take a road trip to Florida to give him 5 minutes with his daughter, who doesn't even remember what he looks like at an airport. This is what you call like a season closer on a show. This was their pilot episode. Like literally it's like, yeah, look at all these characters. We're taking it all to Florida. We're gonna take it to an airport scene somewhere else, and it's just about this main character. It's really heartfelt. Like it's for a moment, especially for the daddies out there, it's kind of like you get a little choked up. But I'm enjoying the crap out of that show. I mean, yeah, it's dated. The styles are really dated. Tony Danza's jeans are super tight.
Oh yeah,
dude, I'm not kidding. That man had a butt. I am not kidding.
He must work out. Am I right? High five.
I'm not kidding. Those first couple episodes, I'm like, dang, Tony D, what the heck? This is before Angela and Mona and Samantha. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Jonathan.
Jonathan, exactly. I'm really enjoying Taxi. Like shows I didn't even like that much back then, I'm finding that I'm really enjoying now. So it's not even so much a nostalgia thing, even though I have said that like the opening theme, I believe the name of the song is Angela. So there's kind of an Angela, but the opening theme of Taxi is like Ambien. Like you start hearing it and just immediately it's like this soothing, like soothing old 70s jazzy sound. It's just really enjoyable. But I don't know. I'm on a tear with these classic TV shows. I'm watching a lot of new stuff too. This is my nighttime. I know. I'm turning to my parents, except they watch the shows that they watched before. I'm starting to watch a few things that I didn't watch before. Not really. And finding enjoyment in them. But it could be the same thing. It could just be there's a nostalgia for the era, even if it's not something I directly consume. So I don't know. That continues. My nighttime guilty pleasures are still spinning. So who's next?
I'll do it, man. Okay. Why not?
Nice.
Hey, speaking of our trip to Kokomo, Indiana there.
Kokomizzle.
We, after the toy store, we had a little lunch, and then we headed to...
Are you going to talk about the guy who, F-bombed his way through the Magic the Gathering rant outside the game store?
Well, the game store was where I was going.
That red deck is cancer, man. Cancer.
I was not going to mention him, but...
I know.
I still don't know if he was talking about Magic.
Yeah, we actually don't know for sure that he was talking about Magic the Gathering. There were hints. There were clues.
I thought I'm pretty nerdy when it comes to stuff, but I didn't understand half of what he was saying.
And he was talking
maybe less.
He was talking to us like he was certain we understood everything he was saying.
Yeah, you got it, you guy.
Yeah, we're like, you sure have a point there, fella.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
And then as soon as he walks in, what the hell was he talking about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Hey,
was he talking about magic? Kinda, maybe.
Well, anyway, our foray into Kokomo took us to that gaming store, and one of the cool things that we got out of that trip was the pickup of the old vintage
movie trading.
Yeah, the movie trading cards, man.
That you defiled.
I did not defile.
You
I
did.
enjoyed them. Thank you very much. I
How
don't
was
know.
that gum, by the way?
What's
we
that?
couldn't get
How was
Garrick
that
to
gum?
eat it. It was BS. We tried. There's a video on the Twitter.
Actually, yeah, no,
Not
you can
the
go
right
to YouTube. I
Oh,
YouTubed it, so you can even go there now and check it out. So
yeah.
I tried to entice Garrick into a tasty broken
Nope.
tooth of that
I
bubble gum.
haven't. No.
But,
and I'm alive for you to make fun of me. I'm fine.
So
with
yeah,
it.
definitely go check out that that YouTube video. But it was cool because I picked up some Return of the Jedi cards and some Empire cards.
Yep.
You picked up, Corey.
I picked up some Empire Strike Back cards. No, I picked up Return of the Jedi card. Which one?
No,
did I
you
get?
got Empire.
I got Empire cards and Mork and Mindy cards.
And Mindy. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
And I haven't opened them yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to open them.
The Mork and Mindy have me so curious.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to know what's in them. And it's like, I paid $2 for this pack. It's not like it's going to go up in value, right?
Exactly.
But I don't know. I haven't brought myself to do it yet. That's the only
Now they had a New Hope cards there, but they were like $23,
yeah,
$25.
$22.99 a pack.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I was a little salty,
It's not an
but-
impulse buy.
But I will say that encounter, and I've actually posted the video, and I actually went to this inspired me to pull out my collection at home.
Yeah.
And I posted pictures of my collection to Facebook, so those are up now. And that has inspired me to actually start looking around and maybe complete some of those collections.
Oh my!
Oh
I
no,
know.
he's got the
I know.
bug.
I got the bug, man. I got the bug. So
Yeah, we just walked into that Kokomo gaming store because we were trying to walk off all the massive amounts of incredibly tasty, greasy pizza we just eaten. And we're walking over.
I heard you walked 30 blocks or something.
Yeah, it was like 60 or 70 blocks.
thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. In the freezing cold.
It was so cold.
It was so cold.
But we got some damn good pizza.
Oh God, that pizza was amazeballs. For us, Mike was less impressed with his calzone.
That's all right.
You should have got the
I
Euro
got through it.
pizza.
I should have got something. I don't know.
The Euro pizza was amazing.
It worked.
But,
I was fed, but yeah. So I've been looking at my Return of the Jedi cards and looking to complete that set. Actually, I found a couple of them on eBay that I can get some complete sets for pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's
like
the thing.
$20-$30.
I don't think there's a big market for this.
There is not.
Like,
And I
movie
kinda love
trading
that.
cards has kind of disappeared. It's
Yeah.
not a
Even
thing.
baseball cards are like not a thing.
They're
Unless you
not.
have the
They're
really,
completely
really
not.
rare ones.
Yeah, it was funny back when I did collect the baseball cards and was really active in it. I mean,
The
we're
baseball
talking
cards.
back in late 80s, early 90s. I mean, they were still, your top cards could catch, $50, $100.
My dad had a
$150.
Pete Rose
Yeah.
rookie.
Yeah. See,
That was valued at like 400 and some dollars at the time.
Right.
He doesn't have it anymore. I think it got damaged in a flood or something like that. But I used to brag about that to anybody who would put up with my BS.
But those same cards aren't worth jack anymore.
No.
Nobody cares about them.
Nobody cares.
So, but I do, and it's a cheap
Steroids ruined it all.
Yeah, seriously. On the baseball side, you're right. Because
It's not kid friendly anymore.
I used to be so proud of my Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco cards.
Oh, I had a ton of those. I still have a ton.
Gosh, I have
'Cause the
rookie
A's are
cards
my
of those
team.
guys.
But they still are.
I have some
know.
Jose Cansecos. I don't know if I have any Mark McGuire's. And I know I have all
I
my
have
Mark
the
cards.
rookie
McGuire's.
cards, man.
I have all my cards.
Oh, yeah.
I was
But
so
they're
They're
proud
like
of those.
loose in a plastic bag.
That's not good.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Well, I don't think I'm jumping back into the baseball, but the movie cards are kind of fun and interesting, and I think I'm going to jump into that.
What we love about was it the Empire cards or Return of the Jedi cards that had? It was the Empire cards.
Empire cards. The
Empire
quotes.
had-
It had a character
The
on the
quotes,
front
yes.
and then a quote on the back that had nothing to do with
Nothing
that
to do with
character, and halftime wasn't even from that movie.
Right.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
Best. Return of the Jedi, they turned it around and they actually started to make it specific.
Yes, they put some plot lines on the back of those,
Yeah.
but those Empire cards were neat too because they had artwork. In
Yeah,
them
some of
as
them had
well.
artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that was pretty cool.
so some interesting things. So and learn something about when doing some research on the Return of the Jedi. I guess I always assumed that they just had the red series, but there are a series of them, like a series 2 that's with a blue background.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and completely they're not the same cards, completely different cards. So
That's cool.
So if you get all of them, every single card, you can make a massive flip book, and it's the whole movie. You know that?
Pretty much.
So wait. Did steroids ruin baseball cards, or did Pokemon and the other CCG?
I think it was just a fad. Well, the 90s baseball cards aren't worth anything because everyone was buying them.
Yeah, at that point,
Yeah, that's when they started doing the.
That's
the
when there
full
were
sets.
baseball card stores
Right.
Yeah.
everywhere,
Right.
like retail stores
Yeah.
that just sold sports cards.
The reason that they were valuable back in the day is because you could only get them in little packs of like 10 cards.
Yep, but then they started letting people buy cartons and
Yes.
runs.
Yeah,
And
Right.
stuff.
Sam's Club would literally sell like an entire brick of baseball.
Yep, and it was ridiculous. And then, then at that point, there's no value to them.
Nope,
So,
oversaturated.
yeah, exactly.
And you can't play games with them like you can.
No.
You just stick.
Yeah,
with
and the
bicycle
demand after that, the demand went way down, so prices plummeted. So
Mhm.
I don't know if they'll ever come back.
It doesn't. It's a digital world.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I did go back though, and I pulled out my old baseball cards and stuff, and I had old movie cards in there. I remembered I had some.
Because you're an irresponsible little bastard who didn't keep his stuff segregated.
Oh no!
Really?
Well, no. I did. I hadn't looked through them for years and years, and come to find out, I had some ET cards that were pretty cool.
Nice. I did
like
too.
a huge
Wow.
brick of the ET cards, and I have some Gremlins cards. So those are pretty cool
Any
too.
garbage pail kids swimming around in there?
No garbage pail.
I think all my garbage pail kids, my mom pitched them because she hated them.
I know. That's my parents would not
Hated
buy them for me.
Yeah, my
because
mom
of
wouldn't
that.
either. But sometimes I would like beg $2 from my dad so we could walk over to like the Whitaker's drugstore and buy candy. And I'd be like looking at the garbage pail again. I'm like, well, I could still get like a sucker if I got the garbage pail.
My
kids.
cousins, my aunt and uncle would buy them for my cousins. I was so jealous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The kids down the street, they were all Catholic. Their parents didn't care. They're like, yeah,
Go ahead, I don't care.
Yes, you know, you can just
grab me a pack of cigarettes while you're down
yeah,
there.
exactly. We need beers, cigarettes. You get a couple extra bucks for garbage pail kids card. Just make sure you go to confess. My parents would not let me anywhere near that. I actually want to propagate this theory that Catholic children had more garbage pail kids than Protestant children.
I
my-
collected Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was say like for Star Wars cards, they had a run in like the mid '90s, I think.
Yeah.
Called Star Wars Finest.
Yep.
Where they actually brought in like EU characters.
That's
Ooh,
what Mario.
cool.
I have like a Kip Duran,
Nice.
Mortha Duel.
Isn't that where the chick who posed for Mara became the quintessential Mara
Yes,
Jade?
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right. Right.
Mhm. I don't think I have that one.
I
and
did.
That is disappointing.
I still may have it, believe it or not, somewhere buried.
Interesting.
I didn't treat those cards very well. It was just, to me at that point, I was already like, I buy a pack just to see what they're like and throw them somewhere in a drawer loose. So yeah. Howie,
That's one thing I did well. I used to keep my cards in pretty good order, so
Yeah, so did I.
they're in decent shape.
nerds. Howie,
You are.
Well, on my docket, I've been watching the latest season of Jack Ryan.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Yeah, you do. It's pretty good.
doesn't this
So
one
far?
take place in Venezuela?
Venezuela. Yep.
Yeah.
I only say that because I saw the preview for like basically the big ambush at the intersection that's straight out of Clear and Present Danger. That's like out of Bogota, Colombia, but this one's in Venezuela or
Venezuela.
something.
Yep.
But I'm
Yeah, a
like they're
little bit-
taking those things from the old stuff and just
Yep.
updating it.
A little bit of Moscow
Yeah.
for reasons I won't
Moscow
get into.
Mule?
But that was just more of a setup for moving things along. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what I
good
can
TV,
say and what
man.
I can't say because I don't.
Is it as good or better than the first season?
It's at least as good.
Oh, that's good. I love the first season.
I've only watched the first 3 episodes,
First 3.
so I'm very I'm ready to watch more. So
Oh, that's good. That's good.
yeah,
I think we're going to hold off till a little closer to the holidays so we can binge a tiny bit with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really.
but they're
Binge
full hour, they're long episodes, so it's hard to binge more than a couple
yeah,
at a time.
right on.
I really like Jim as Jack Ryan. I didn't think I would.
I didn't think I would either,
Yeah.
but
It
I
makes
It
do.
fits really well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's more like the way the character was originally written.
exactly. Yeah, it was supposed to be like a nerdy little.
Well, he's
analyst.
literally an
'Cause
analyst.
He's an analyst. Yeah, he was in the Marines, but
but then became an analyst.
he broke his back and he couldn't do stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to talk about it, but I do want to say that most likely next, hopefully, if nothing else gets in the way that I want to talk about, next time I'll probably be like the future docket is more morning show. We just started that, the morning show that Apple produced program.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say that everyone, I said this on Twitter,
Didn't you already have a docket?
everyone on this show kills. That's all I want to say.
You're getting
everyone,
double docket.
Everyone
You
kills.
double docketed.
Everyone kills. Because I feel like I shot my wad on Taxi.
Everybody
Gross.
kills. Yeah. You just wouldn't shut up about
I
Taxi.
know, but morning
Yeah, we've heard enough about the Taxi.
Morning show.
We've heard enough from your mouth. You
They
kind
pick
of
people up
you're
and
done.
drop them off
You're done
at
for the
their
rest.
designated location.
You're done for the rest. of
I got the
episode.
night off.
We hope you enjoyed this special edition of Fly Casual. If you haven't already, please subscribe and rate us at iTunes, Stitcher, and all your favorite podcast locations. It is important that you rate us so that we can reach more and more people. As always, be sure to check out the show notes at betterkind.com. There are also many, many ways to join in on the conversation. Follow us on Twitter at FlyCasual1138. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FlyCasualPodcast. We are also now on YouTube, so please take a moment right now to subscribe and ding the bell for updates. We are also now on Discord as well. Lots of opportunities to chime in. Reach out and say hi. Talk to you soon.